Hello, so today I'm going to be talking about the 700 million coin weapon which changes dungeons forever. So you might be wondering what this weapon is, and pretty much it is the Hyperion. So in today's video I'm going to go over the stats of the sword, I'm going to talk about how you can actually get the sword, then I'm going to show off some gameplay of me actually using the sword and pretty much show you how overpowered the sword can be, as well as comparing it to a Spirit Scepter and Mind Staff and potentially Yeti Sword. Then after that I'm going to be talking about what the sword is good for, before finally just giving an overall summary on this weapon. But anyway, now let's get straight into showing off the stats of the sword. Though quickly, I just want to mention that 67% of you guys are not subscribed, so if you're not, feel free to subscribe. But anyway, back onto the video. Alright, so before I actually get into some clips, I'm going to be showing off the stats of the Hyperion. So firstly, I'm going to look at the damage and the strength. So the damage and the strength aren't very high, as the sword is mainly built towards abilities, meaning that those two are sort of relevant, but they're still actually quite good at 1.5 by 930. So I think I'm just going to skip the rest and go down to the intelligence, where you can see that it is at 2.4k, which on a weapon is honestly insane. If you compare it to something maybe like the Spirit Scepter, it's only 1.7k on here. Now, the two main things which really matter on this weapon. Number one, it deals plus 50% damage to withers, and it grants plus 1 damage and 2 intel per catacombs level, which is honestly insane considering you get a lot of extra intelligence and a lot of extra damage, and the 50% damage to withers is mental. Now onto the scroll's abilities, which I think this is the thing which makes the weapon so good. So you got the item ability with an impact, which teleports you 10 blocks ahead of you, then implode, dealing 16,000 damage, this is out of dungeons, to nearby enemies. Also applies the Wither Shield scroll ability, reducing damage taken and granting an absorption shield for 5 seconds. And with Ultimate Wise 5, that's only 125 mana to use. Now pretty much what this does, it lets you teleport around and instantly kill anything in your way, and you will see this during these upcoming clips. But before I do get onto the clips, I want to tell you guys how you can actually get the sword for yourself and why the sword costs 700 million coins. So if you go into view recipe Hyperion here, it is going to cost 8 laser eyes around a Necron's blade. And laser eyes are only like 500k per, so that is very cheap right there. But the main cost is in the Necron's blade. As you can see, so you need 24 weather colors, which honestly isn't too much, it's like 30 mil. But the main issue here is you need the Necron's handle. Right now, if you want to go buy the Necron's handle, you're going to be putting yourself down a good almost 500 million coins. So just to get this clean, it's going to be costing you about 450 million, and that's just for the clean sword. As well as that, you need 3 scrolls for the item ability, as when you craft the clean sword, the item ability does not directly come with it. So to actually get this item ability, you need to buy 3 things. So anyway, now that I've told you how to get the sword and sort of mentioned the stats of the sword, I'm actually going to get onto some clips of some gameplay of me using this weapon. Out of Dungeons of Hyperion, I'm doing 600,000 damage. Staff run, I'm doing about 1.5 million. While with the Mighty Staff out of dungeons, I'm doing about 2 million, and with Spirit Scepter, I'm only doing 100,000. Start of the run with Mighty Staff, I'm doing about 5 million or something, and with Spirit Scepter, I was only doing a few 100,000. Now I'm going to show off the insane clearing speed of the Hyperion. I can just clear through all these mobs, go over to that Shadow Assassin, kill through it, and then just go on again and clear through all these mobs. If I go to a Lost Venture, I can just click it a few times and it'll already be dead. With a Shadow Assassin, I can just do the same. If I tape over these Frozen Venture, I'm just destroying it, doing like 600k a hit. As well as, I just killed an Angry Archaeologist, and now I'm just going to go over here and kill another one, before running over here and clearing all these mobs. So pretty much this Hyperion almost makes you invincible. Down to Necron. We've got about, I think, 5 or 4 Hyperions in this party, and we are destroying through that. Right there. Right, so a bit before that, in about phase 3, if I fly over here with my Hyperion, I can just click it a few times and kill all these Withermancers. Now finally, I just want to show off how fast we actually got to 5 Hyperions. So we got to a 4:55 run, which is about 35 seconds off the world record, which is still pretty good considering at this time the world record was at like 4:39. But that also shows the insane possibility of these Hyperions. So to sum that up, I think this weapon is definitely worth the 750 million with your clearing speed. And as well as this, you are able to do a really good amount of damage. Midas Staff, Spirit Scepter, and Yeti Sword just become irrelevant. But anyway, I think I'm done there. Thank you for watching, subscribe if you enjoyed, and also subscribe if you want to see more content.